Hello, we're going to graph by a certain method now called using intercepts. That's what I call it. This is a little bit different than just using slope intercept, even though that is in slope intercept form, mx plus b. We'll talk about that later too. But this method here uses intercepts. That means we're going to figure out where it crosses the x-axis and where it crosses the y-axis, put those 2 points on there and connect them. So let me show you how to do that. If I'm going to find the y-axis intercept, so let me make a little chart here. Y-axis, and then again, y-axis intercept. So this will be our little method to do that. To find a y-axis intercept, you set x equal to 0. These are your directions on how to do this. So I'm just going to set x equal to 0. So I'm going to write this y equals negative 3 times 0 minus 2. And I'm going to solve for y. So I'm going to set x equal to 0. This is my little flow chart. And then solve for y. I'm going to solve this for y. Negative 3 times 0 is, of course, 0. So that's 0 minus 2. So y equals negative 2. Now, we'll put a little circle around this because that is where it crosses the y-axis. I'll come over here to negative 2 and put a dot right there. That's one of my 2 dots. Now, changing colors here to black to find the x-axis intercept. You guessed it, I set y equal to 0 and then solve for x. So check it out. Here's my original. I'll rewrite the original. This takes a second, worth doing. I'm going to set y equal to 0. So that's 0 equals negative 3x minus 2. And some would say, oh, this is slower, and they're right, it is slower. But it works great on a problem that I'm going to show you next here. But this is to solve it for x now. So I'm going to add 2. Not a big deal. Should be able to handle this with ease. 3x divide by negative 3. Make sure you take that negative with it. And now that cancels, and x would equal negative 2/3 on the x-axis, which means it doesn't go all the way over to 1. This is 1 right here. So it goes like, say, right there. All right, there's 2/3. And then we take our straight line and connect it like that. And when you make lines, when you graph, make them kind of big. Don't make little wimpy lines. Don't make them go all the way through because you need to know where that thing is going. So that's it. That's the method using intercepts. Let's look at a different example. I got another one here for you right there. Now this thing, if you were using the slope intercept method, you would have to go through some solving for y first. And with this method, you do not have to do that. So let me color code this exactly like the other one. So we will set, just to write the steps one more time, you're not going to have to do this every time, but set y equal to 0 and then solve for x. Okay? So we're going to set y equal to 0, 2x minus 4 times 0 equals 8. And of course, if we solve this, and actually I got this backwards. I am going to wind up finding the x-axis intercept on this one. I meant to do the y one first, but whatever. This is 0. Negative 4 times 0 is 0. So 2x equals 8. And then we just divide by 2. X equals 4. So this is going to be, now when it says x equals 4, that's going to be our x-axis intercept. So this is the x-axis intercept. Okay? So we'll go ahead and plot that. We'll go over on the x-axis to 4, put a dot, boom, right there. And then we're going to flip this. So we will set x equal to 0. It doesn't matter. You have to do them both anyway. Order doesn't matter. Solve for y. Let's do that. I'll rewrite the problem. Set x equal to 0. So I'm just going to put 0 right there. I'm going to evaluate this where x is 0, just like we did the other day. So that becomes zip right there, and we have negative 4y equals 8, and you could probably do a lot of this in your head, which is fine, as long as you get it right. So y equals negative 2. We'll circle that. That's our y-axis intercept, negative 2 right there. We only need 2 points to make a line. Connect it right through there, and there is our line. And that is a method of graphing. There will be other videos showing you other methods. This one has its advantages because a lot of times books will ask you to find the zeros or find the y and x axis intercepts, and this method just does it all in one shot. Have a good day.